Hello fight fans, thanks for joining us at MMA Insider. Before we get rolling with today's news, show some love by hitting that like button and subscribing. Now let's uncover the latest happenings in MMA. Starting off, payouts for Brock Lesnar's final 2 UFC fights revealed. Moving on, Jon Jones sounds off on MMA journalist Ariel Helwani. Lastly, UFC fighter who fell ill under mysterious circumstances seriously poisoned in Brazil. The UFC payouts for Brock Lesnar's final 2 Octagon appearances have been revealed. Lesnar last competed inside of the Octagon in July of 2016 at UFC 200, where he squared off with legendary knockout artist Mark Hunt. The result was originally a unanimous decision win for Brock Lesnar, but it was later overturned to a no contest after Brock tested positive for the banned substance clomiphene. Regardless of the eventual outcome, Lesnar took home a whopping $8 million for his fight with Hunt. Prior to squaring off with Hunt, Brock Lesnar had collided with former Strikeforce and Dream heavyweight champion Alistair Overeem at UFC 141 in December of 2011. While Lesnar ended up losing that contest by way of first-round TKO, he did pocket $3 million for his efforts. Brock's final 2 UFC payouts were revealed in court documents spawning from the ongoing antitrust lawsuit that was filed by former fighters against the UFC. UFC heavyweight champion Jon Jones had some choice words for MMA journalist Ariel Helwani. Jones was recently forced to withdraw from his scheduled UFC 295 main event title fight with Stipe Miocic after suffering a torn pectoral tendon in training. That news came just days before former UFC heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou squared off with WBC heavyweight champion Tyson Fury in a 10-round boxing match. While Francis ended up losing a razor-close split decision, his stock seemingly hit an all-time high after going the distance with Fury. Shortly after going 10 rounds with Fury, Ngannou appeared on the MMA Hour, where he was interviewed by Ariel Helwani. During their conversation, Helwani brought up some of the comments Jon Jones had made in regard to the Ngannou fight not coming to fruition. The comments were along the lines that Jon Jones said Francis was scared of him, and that's why he left the UFC. This is the comment by Jon Jones that Helwani mentioned during the interview with Francis. "I'm here. Francis had the opportunity to face me, and he opted out of the opportunity. If anyone should be criticized, it's Francis Ngannou. If I'm correct, he was offered the biggest contract in heavyweight history. He had the opportunity to be the guy to dethrone me. Ngannou didn't believe in himself. He wasn't willing to gamble on himself. Calling yourself the baddest man on the planet from across the street? Who does that?" Ariel Helwani decided to reiterate those remarks to Francis Ngannou during the interview, which Jon Jones clearly took exception to. The reigning UFC heavyweight champion took to Instagram, where he shared the following choice words for Helwani. "And Jon Jones says you were looking what? You're such a backstabbing shit talker, bro, and you wonder why I haven't given you an interview in years." Ariel Helwani later responded to Jon Jones with the following explanation. "Sorry, I didn't finish my thought there. That's my bad, but that's what I was referencing. Hope you make a speedy recovery, Jon." UFC Sao Paulo went down last night, in which Almeida thoroughly dominated Derek Lewis for 5 long rounds. During the prelims portion of the fight card, the broadcast announced that Armen Petrosyan had fallen ill and that his fight with Rodolfo Vieira was off. In a now-deleted Instagram post, one of Petrosyan's management companies suggested Armen may have been poisoned before his fight. This is what they wrote. "Why was Armen Petrosyan's fight canceled? Shortly before the duel, Armen felt bad. He was seriously poisoned in Brazil. Sugar has dropped sharply." It should be noted that the same poisoning happened to Roman Kopylov. There is even a suspicion from what products. Sugar is returning to normal now. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Your dedication and support fuel our passion to bring you the latest and greatest in the MMA world. If you enjoyed today's news, please give us a thumbs up and share with fellow MMA fans. Remember to subscribe to stay in the loop with daily MMA updates. We've got a lot of exciting news, interviews, and analysis coming your way every single day. Your engagement helps us grow and serve the MMA community even better. Once again, thank you for being an integral part of our daily MMA journey.